Good day everyone. My name is Sheila and today I will be discussing about the human cardiovascular system and heart. Now what is human cardiovascular? Human cardiovascular system is also known as a circulatory system. It is a complex network of organs and blood vessels that delivers oxygen and nutrients to the body cells and removes waste products. Cardiovascular system also provides blood supplies throughout the body. Responding to various stimuli can control the velocity and amount of blood carried through the vessels. The cardiovascular system also comprises the heart and the blood vessels. Now, let's talk about blood vessels. Okay, blood vessels, these are the cardiovascular system which has three parts. First, we have arteries, capillaries, and veins. Now, what is arteries? Arteries, or what we call arterioles, carry blood away from the heart. Now, capillaries, where nutrients and gas exchange occur. And also for veins or venules, these carry the blood towards the heart. Now, the anatomy of capillary bead. Alright, so let's take a look at the picture above. A capillary bead contains a network of interlacing blood vessels. At each end of a systematic capillary bead, an arteriole that carries blood away from the heart brings blood into the web of capillaries. A venule on the other side of the capillary bead takes blood away from the bead and carries it back to the heart. Now let's talk about heart. What is heart? The heart is a cone-shaped muscular organ located between the lungs behind the sternum. The heart muscle forms the myocardium with tightly interconnected cells of cardiac muscle tissue. The pericardium is the outer membranous sac with lubricating fluid. The heart also has four chambers. First, two upper, thin wood atria and two lower, thick wood ventricles. The sphincter is also wall dividing the right and the left side. Arterioventricular valves occur between the atria and ventricles. Now, the tricuspid valve on the right side and the bicuspid valve on the left side. Both valves are reinforced by chordae tendineae attached to muscular projections within the ventricles. Take a look at the picture above for the internal heart anatomy. The heart muscle needs oxygen for two reasons. First, for external. Second is for volumetric work. This is a mechanical activity that allows the pumping of an adequate amount of blood into the aorta, and internal work given both by the set of metabolic processes required for muscle, processes required for metabolism, and by the energy needed to develop. We also have coronary artery circulation. Take a look at the picture above. Coronary circulation is the circulation of blood in the arteries and veins that supply the heart muscle. Coronary arteries also supplies oxygenated blood to the heart muscle. Cardiac veins then drain away the blood after it has deoxygenated. Now, let's move on to the passage of blood through the heart. Blood flows in sequence through the heart. Superior and inferior vena cava, right atrium, tricuspid valve, right ventricle, pulmonary similar valve, pulmonary trunk, and arteries to lungs, pulmonary veins leaving the lungs, left atrium, bicuspid valve, left ventricle, aortic semilunar valve, aorta, and to the body. Take a look at the internal view of the heart that we have above. Now, heart is a pumping of sends out blood under pressure to the arteries. Blood pressure is greatest in the aorta. The wall of the left ventricle is thicker than that the right ventricle and pumps blood to the entire body. Blood pressure then decreases as the cross-sectional area of arteries, then arterioles increases. Another path of blood through the heart. Take a look at the picture above. Blood comes to the right atrium from the body and it moves into the right ventricle and it is pushed into the pulmonary arteries in the lungs. After picking up oxygen, the blood travels back to the heart through pulmonary veins into the left atrium, to the left ventricle, and out to the body's tissue through aorta. Now, what is heartbeat? Heartbeat. Each heartbeat is called a cardiac cycle. When the heart beats, the two arteria contract together, then the two ventricles contract, then the whole heart relaxes. Systole is the contraction of heart chambers. Diastole is their relaxation. The heart sounds looped up or due to the closing of the arterioventricular valves, followed by the closing of the similar valves. Now, here is the intrinsic control of heartbeat. The SA, or what we call sinoatrial node or pacemaker, initiates the heartbeat and causes the atria to contract on the average every 0.85 seconds. Now, the AV, or what we call arterioventricular nodes, conveys the stimulus and initiates contraction of the ventricles. The signal for the ventricles to contract travels from the AV node through the arterioventricular bundle and smaller Purkinje fibers. Now, this is the conduction system of the heart. So take a look of the picture below and you can see how it looks like. Okay, a cardiac control center in the medulla oblongata speeds up and slows down the heart rate by the way of autonomic nervous system branches. The parasympathetic system slows heart rate, and the sympathetic system, which increases the heart rate. Hormones epinephrine and the norepinephrine from the adrenal medulla also stimulate faster heart rate. Now, next slide is all about the electrocardiogram. Now, electrocardiogram, or the ECG, is the recording of electrical changes that occurs in the myocardium during the cardiac cycle. The atrial depolarization creates the P wave, ventricle depolarization creates the QRS wave, and the repolarization of the ventricles produces the T wave. Next slide is also a sample of an electrocardiogram. Alright, before we're going to end this discussion, let me share to you the vascular pathways. We have 4 pathways. It starts with the cardiovascular system, includes 2 circuits. Pulmonary circuit, which circulates blood through the lungs, and the systemic circuit, which circulates blood through the rest of the body. Last, both circuits are vital to the homeostasis.